Welcome to the Smart Garden family. If you've ever wondered why some pepper plants produce abundant harvests while others struggle to deliver even just a handful of peppers, well, you're about to discover the secret. The key lies in understanding that pepper plants are living organisms with distinct life stages, each demanding specific care to unlock their full potential. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of pepper plant development, exploring how age and growth stages directly impact your harvest success. Think of your pepper plants as marathon runners rather than sprinters. Just as athletes need different training approaches for various phases of their preparation, pepper plants require tailored care throughout their distinct growth stages. These remarkable plants don't simply grow randomly, they follow a precise biological schedule that, when understood and supported properly, can transform your garden into a pepper paradise. The relationship between a pepper plant's age and its fruiting capacity is more intricate than most gardeners realize. A young seedling has completely different nutritional and environmental needs compared to a mature, fruit-laden plant. By recognizing these stages and adjusting your care accordingly, you're essentially becoming a personal trainer for your peppers, helping them achieve peak performance at exactly the right moments. What makes this knowledge so powerful is that it allows you to anticipate your plant's needs before problems arise. Instead of reacting to issues, you'll be proactively supporting your peppers through each transition, creating an environment where abundant fruiting becomes the natural outcome rather than just a happy accident. The seedling stage is where champions are made, though you might not realize it at the time. These tiny plants, with their delicate first leaves and hair-thin stems, are actually powerhouses of potential energy. During this critical phase, typically lasting the first 3 to 4 weeks after germination, your pepper plants are focused entirely on establishing a robust root system and developing their first true leaves. This is the stage where many gardeners unknowingly sabotage their future harvests. Overwatering is the #1 killer of pepper seedlings, as their developing root systems are incredibly sensitive to waterlogged conditions. The key is maintaining consistent moisture without creating soggy soil. Think of it as providing a gentle, steady drink rather than drowning them in kindness. Temperature consistency during this stage cannot be overstated. Pepper seedlings thrive in temperatures between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and shouldn't drop below 60 degrees at night. These warm weather lovers will simply stop growing if subjected to cool conditions, setting back their entire development timeline. Using a seedling heat mat can be a game changer, especially in cooler climates or during early spring starts. Nutrition at this stage should be gentle but consistent. A diluted, balanced fertilizer applied weekly will provide the essential nutrients without overwhelming these tender plants. Look for fertilizers with equal NPK ratios, as seedlings need balanced nutrition to develop both roots and foliage simultaneously. Once your pepper plants have developed their first set of true leaves and reached about 4 to 6 inches in height, they enter the vegetative stage, the muscle-building phase of their development. This stage typically lasts 4 to 6 weeks and is characterized by rapid growth in both height and leaf production. During this time, your plants are essentially creating the infrastructure needed to support heavy fruit loads later in the season. The vegetative stage is where strategic pruning becomes crucial. Many gardeners are hesitant to prune their pepper plants, fearing they'll reduce yields, but the opposite is actually true. Removing the lower branches that touch or nearly touch the soil prevents disease issues, while redirecting the plant's energy toward developing a strong main stem and upper branching structure. This creates better air circulation and light penetration, both essential for healthy development. Staking or caging should be implemented during this stage, even though your plants might seem too small to need support. Pepper plants can become surprisingly heavy once loaded with fruit, and providing support early allows them to grow naturally around their supports rather than being forced into unnatural positions later. Nitrogen becomes particularly important during the vegetative stage, as it fuels the rapid leaf and stem development. However, avoid going overboard with nitrogen-rich fertilizers, as too much can actually delay flowering and fruiting. A balanced approach with slightly higher nitrogen content will support healthy growth without pushing your plants to become all foliage and no fruit. The transition to the blooming stage is one of the most exciting moments in a pepper plant's life cycle, typically occurring 6 to 8 weeks after transplanting. Those first tiny white or purple flowers might seem insignificant, but they represent the beginning of your harvest dreams becoming reality. This stage requires a delicate balance of care, as your plants are now juggling continued vegetative growth with the energy-intensive process of flower production. Temperature management becomes even more critical during blooming. Pepper flowers are actually pretty sensitive to temperature extremes. If it gets too hot, say above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or too cool, below 55 degrees, flowers will drop without setting fruit. This is why, a lot of gardeners end up with disappointing harvests during those stretches of extreme weather, not realizing the real damage actually happened weeks earlier, right during the blooming phase. Pollination support can really give your yields a nice boost during this stage. Even though pepper flowers are self-pollinating, a little gentle assistance can improve fruit set rates dramatically. You can use a small paintbrush or a cotton swab to transfer pollen between flowers, or, honestly, just give your plants a gentle shake during the warmest part of the day, when pollen is most viable. Water management requires a subtle shift during blooming. While keeping the soil consistently moist remains important, you'll want to avoid both drought stress and overwatering, since both can cause flower drop. The soil should feel like a wrung-out sponge moist, but definitely not soggy. Deep, less frequent watering encourages root development, while still maintaining those consistent moisture levels that blooming plants really crave. Welcome to the grand finale, the fruiting stage where all your careful nurturing pays off in the form of beautiful plump peppers. This stage can last for several months with proper care, providing you with continuous harvests that make all the earlier effort worthwhile. However, this is also the most resource-intensive period for your plants, requiring adjustments to your care routine to maintain peak production. Nutrient needs shift significantly during fruiting. While nitrogen remains important, phosphorus and potassium become the stars of the show. Phosphorus supports continued flower and fruit development, while potassium enhances fruit quality, size, and disease resistance. A fertilizer with a lower first number and higher second and third numbers, like 5-10-10, supports fruiting plants beautifully. The secret to continuous harvest lies in regular picking. Many gardeners make the mistake of leaving peppers on the plant too long, thinking they're getting bigger, better peppers. While this might be true for individual fruits, it signals the plant to slow down production. By harvesting peppers when they reach full size but are still firm and glossy, you're essentially telling the plant to keep producing more flowers and fruits. During fruiting, water needs increase significantly, since the plant is now supporting, potentially dozens of developing peppers. Deep watering 2 to 3 times per week is usually more effective than daily light watering because it encourages deep root development and provides the consistent moisture that fruit development really requires. And mulching around your plants helps maintain soil moisture and temperature, reducing stress during those hot spells. Understanding that pepper plants go through these distinct stages actually allows you to plan your entire growing season strategically. Instead of applying the same care routine from planting all the way to harvest, you can adjust your approach to match your plant's changing needs, which results in healthier plants and, honestly, significantly better yields. You might want to consider succession planting to extend your harvest season. By starting new plants every 3 to 4 weeks during the early part of the growing season, you'll have plants at different stages of development, making sure you get continuous harvests well into fall. Plus, this strategy gives you a little insurance against weather disasters or pest issues that could affect one set of plants. End-of-season care can also impact your yields. As temperatures begin to cool in late summer, pinching off new flowers directs the plant's energy toward ripening existing fruits rather than starting new ones that won't have time to mature. This simple technique can, honestly, increase your total harvest weight significantly. The journey from tiny seedling to productive pepper plant is truly remarkable, and understanding each stage of this development is your key to gardening success. By recognizing that your pepper plants have changing needs throughout their life cycle, and adjusting your care accordingly, you're setting yourself up for the kind of abundant harvests that make your neighbors wonder what your secret is. Remember, every pepper plant is an investment in delicious meals, whether you're growing sweet bells for fresh eating or fiery hot peppers for your favorite salsas. The time and attention you provide during each growth stage compounds over the season, resulting in plants that not only produce more peppers but also demonstrate better disease resistance and stress tolerance. Your pepper plants are counting on you to be their advocate, providing the right care at the right time. With the knowledge you've gained today, you're equipped to do exactly that, transforming your garden into the productive pepper paradise you've always dreamed of. If this guide has helped you understand your pepper plants better, don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more in-depth gardening wisdom, and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to take their pepper growing to the next level. Together, we're building a community of smarter, more successful gardeners, one pepper plant at a time.